at paragraph 34.
Yes, paragraph 34.
Yes.
And that in addition, the surveillance information before and on the day of the murder revealed that Taus Viano was at and near the office park where Swart was murdered, and it appears that whoever was driving the vehicle was scouting the place. And then the cell phone, the cell phone records and the vehicle tracking information and the CCTV camera footage agree to this and are attached as for witness B to talk more about.
Yes, I just wanted to clarify paragraph 34, and you must just confirm this for the commissioners, is that the sentence should in fact read that the surveillance information before and after the day of the murder revealed that the Viano was at or near the office park, not on the day of the murder.
Yes, that is correct. That will confirm that this vehicle was used to survey either the crime scene or maybe to survey the victim, who is Mr. Swart, as well.
Thank you, Witness A. And then if you could...
Before you move on, you say the surveillance information before and after the day, and then you refer us to WA1. Can we look at that WA1 and see where does it convey what you say in that paragraph 34?
Yes, Commissioner, I just indicated now that information about the Viano itself is not before the Commission. The WA1 refers to everything that has been dealt with under 33 and 34. But the Viano information, unfortunately, is not before us. To demonstrate that the Viano was there before, was at the scene before the murder. That information is not before the Commission.
Okay, so WA1 correctly speaks to the 12th of April.
It speaks to the 12th, the 13th, all of the dates, but in relation to the I-20 and the Mercedes-Benz C200, not the Viano.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe this is for the witness and not you then, Ms. Siggles. What do we make of the shots on page 52 of our bundle?
Yes.
With specific reference to the date of 16 April 2024.
Let me just see.
Witness A, are you on page 52?
Yes. Can I just...
I'm on page 52, Commissioners.
Yeah. Can I just clarify, Commissioner Kumalo, the correct statement should be that the cell phone records and the vehicle tracking information relates to the tracking information relates to the I-20 and the Mercedes-Benz C200. CCTV footage would include the I-20, the Viano, and the C200. Thank you. But the statement still remains that the Viano is not on the day of the murder.
Are you referring to the last sentence of 34?
Correct, Chair. It's that...
Just restate what you said just now about that sentence.
So there's information that relates to the day of the murder, and that would be in relation to the I-20 and the C200, not the Viano. There is information predating the murder, and that would relate to the I-20 and to the Viano and the Mercedes-Benz. The Viano and the Mercedes-Benz.
Let let me rather ask the witness the question. Witness A, is the CCTV footage of the Viano in Vereeniging on the 17th of April 2024, which is the
No.
date of the murder?
No,
Is the CCTV footage of the Hyundai i20 at Vereeniging on the date of the murder, that being 17 April 2024?
yes, Commissioners.
All right.
Thank,
In the first sentence of 34, we must delete the words "and on." Let me just, in addition, the surveillance information before the day of the murder. So we delete the "and on."
correct,
Thank
Chair.
you.
Yes, Commissioners. Thank you for the correction.
And then witness A, if we can then deal with that footage insofar as the Viano is concerned before the murder. If you go to page 52 of the bundle.
Yes, Commissioners. This will now be on the 16th of April, 1639, which is the day before Mr. Amar Swart was killed. This Viano that belongs to Town is picked up driving in front of the QTech company by the CCTV cameras at that time that I've just given, which is 1639.
Now, what was the Viano doing in the area on the 16th, the day before the murder?
My understanding, it will be that they were finalizing their surveillance as the murder was going to be committed the following morning.
And in your experience as an investigator, what is the reason, why would the Viano not be there on the day of the murder? Why would it not be used to transport the hitmen to the murder scene on the day?
I think it will be for the suspect not to be easily linked to the crime scene, because this motor vehicle is linked to Town. It belongs to Town, and then it was seen surveilling the crime scene before the murder. So using it again on the crime scene, it was going to make it easy for whoever was going to do investigation to connect this motor vehicle with the crime, and which was also going to make it easy for the investigators to connect the crime to the person who owns the motor vehicle, who is Dawi. So I think this was all pre-planned.
In that page 52, witness A, and going back to the paragraph in your statement, you is at 33.5.1, you say at 16:31, Tau makes a call to Malefe and receives a call from Malefe at 16:34, while Tau's vehicle is spotted on CCTV footage at QTech offices at 16:39. And then you go to page 32. At the bottom of that picture that you've just spoken to, 52. Yes, at 52, you've got those headings, makes a call to 083, and then in brackets you say Malefe, and then receives a call. Where in these two documents, 1631 and 1634, do we see that the call is, in the first one, is from Tau to Malefe? Can you just talk us through that grid? But also, if you're able to, where he is in fact at the time of the call, of the two calls?
Oh, yes, Commissioners. We see those, first by his vehicle, it is physically put there by the cameras. And then when we look at the column down there, we can see, I don't know how I'm going to...
I think witness A, if you can use your hard copy, because what you're seeing on the screen is the redacted version, which won't have the information that Commissioner Balo is asking you to confirm. So if you can use your hard copy for this exercise on page 52.
That is correct. I'm carrying it in my hand as I speak. But I wanted to say, it is seen that when these calls were made, this number, which is 072, which belongs to Tau, is put by a tower location at Duncanville, which is in Vereeniging, where the crime scene is. It will be at the bottom, at the last, at the very last column of the page on the right, where it is written LTE Duncanville.
Thank you.
Then on the far left, where that column starts, it will depict the number of the suspect. You might pull it down.
Thank you, witness A.
Thank you, Commissioners.
And then at paragraph 35, without reading out the name of witness B, can you just read paragraph 35 into the record?
Yes, it reads that witness B will testify in detail to the links that were discovered after Milife's arrest, which is now on the 6th of December 2024. The reason I deal with these links is to complete the timeline and deal with the type of information that was available to the team, although not all can be revealed in public. I will deal later with the links related to the murder of Opa, John Sifuka, and two other persons that he was with, which will then be known as Walter Mkwena and Sandy Lemiez.
Thank you, witness A. If we can then go to page 12 of your statement, and here you now deal with uncomfortable incidents and the first signs of possible interference. And we are now at paragraph 36. If you can just tell the Commission about that incident.
Yes, in this paragraph, I'm going to deal with the first signs of discomfort that we're now confirming what we saw when we went for the first appearance in Vereeniging. Then we could see that it was spread not only based in the police station where I was working, but it was spread right across the province, if I may say that, up until the senior officers of SAPS. I'm saying this because in mid-May, I was told by witness B that she had received a call from our commander, Colonel Mkwena, in our office, who had Major General Shiri, who is the head of organized crime nationally, actually wanted to see us to brief him about the case of Mr. Swart.
Sorry, witness A, before you go ahead, can you just tell us who is Colonel Mkwena and what is his or her position? You say direct commander, but what is the position?
He is a colonel, and then he is our immediate commander in terms of the structure at work. It will be Brigadier Khopane, it will be him, and then so it goes down. So we reported to him directly.
And who does he report to?
He reports to Brigadier Khopane,
Okay.
who then reports to the general.
Continue.
Yes. So this information, I'm getting it as second-hand from witness B, who is now telling me to say, hey, yesterday I got a call from Colonel Mkwena, who told me or us that we need to go see General Shiri at his office in head office in Pretoria. And then further than that, witness B says, actually it seems like when Colonel Mkwena was calling her, he was together with General Shiri at one place. Because as Colonel Mkwena was talking to witness B, he then gave the phone over to General Shiri to talk or to speak to witness B and relay that message that he had already passed through Colonel Mkwena.
And then in paragraph 37, you deal with witness B's response to General Shiri. Can you tell us about that?
Witness B tells me now to say, in that brief call, General Shiri asked her a certain information in relation of the Mr. Swart murder case, and then witness B tells me that she told General Shiri that the case that we're dealing with is of a sensitive nature. So she did not feel comfortable to discuss it over the phone, which is why now the decision to come like physically to his office was emphasized.
When you say decision, was she saying to General Shiri that she will come to him, or was he inviting the team to come and meet him at his offices?
He was inviting, he had already done it through Colonel Mkwena. But now I think he also wanted just to get some information before we could come, which then witness B said no, but General, I don't feel comfortable talking about this case over the phone, given the sensitivity it has. And then we had to go see him the following day.
Okay, and in paragraph 38, you then deal with the meeting. Can you take us through it?
Can I just for completeness, sorry, witness A, just for completeness, your statement says that she told him, General Shiri, that she had concerns about providing such a report to him, and it ends there. So on a reading of the statement, it suggests she refused to give him. But from what you're saying, it in fact should have said such a report to him over the phone. That's a complete statement from what you're saying.
That is correct, Commissioner. Maybe it is the way that I gave the statement. She didn't actually refuse, but she suggested that it can be given to him verbally, not over the phone.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. At paragraph 38, you deal with the meeting?
Yes, at paragraph 38, it was the day that we were supposed to go and meet with the general at his office. But given the lot of work that we had on this docket, we could not just drive in the morning and go see the general. We had to do the task that was at hand, the investigation on this case. Then much later on the day, then we drove to Pretoria in the company of the member that had gave us the instruction to go attend to the crime scene from Brigadier Khopane on the 17th. So it was 3 of us going to see General Shiri in his office at Pretoria.
Okay, continue.
Yes, and then when we arrived at the office of the general, we were welcomed in, and then the meeting started. It actually was not even a formal meeting. He just asked a very few questions about the case, and then during that conversation, he told us that this case that we were working on was actually a very sensitive case, because the people that are arrested are connected to people that are very dangerous. And then he told us that these people who are the now suspect are connected to a person who had already passed away by then, who was called Mswazi. And then they are very dangerous. And then there is a lot of resistance and interference that we're going to get from the police while we're doing our investigation. And then he also wants us to take care or to look after ourselves. And during the conversation, he also gave us the person that works with the group, but he belongs to a DPCI, which is Hawk's office, Tom's office, by the name of Zoom. We didn't know that person before we came to this office, but we were told about him to say he works with this group. We might encounter interference from him and other people that maybe we're not told about there.
Witness A, can I just take you back to your statement? You've skipped some information. At paragraph
Yes.
39, after the general tells you, you say after he told you about the very dangerous person called Mswazi, can you just continue from there?
Oh yes, then he told us that as the suspect we are applying for bail, he told us that he asked us what was the status and everything, and then we told him obviously that we were opposing bail. And then he said there were envelopes that were on offer. He told us there were 3 envelopes flying around that were on offer for the suspects to get bail. He said one envelope will be for the investigating officers, the other one will be for the magistrate, the last one will be for the prosecutor. And then by envelopes we understood him to mean money, even though he didn't say money, but he said there is 3 envelopes flying around to make sure that those people get paid.
Now, witness A, when General Shiri, when General Mkhwanazi testified, he spoke to a senior person who informed the investigators that there were 3 envelopes. Was he referring to, do you know if he was referring to General Shiri?
Yes, my understanding is that he was referring to General Shiri, because in this investigation, when you check the mentioning of 3 envelopes, it only appeared in the meeting that we had with General Shiri. And by the way, we reported it to our commanders as well.
Thank you.
Can I just ask a follow-up question, Witness A? The mention of 3 envelopes, A, was it made in your presence, and B, what was your reaction to it when it was made, the mention of the 3 envelopes?
It was made in my presence. My first reaction, it was just shock. And then it was that I was expecting to be told now, because I was here sitting with the senior officer who was now needed to give me guidance to say what to do with these 3 envelopes, because obviously they were coming our way. I expected the general to say, if this envelope come, do this about them. Or this is the action that has already been taken to avert that thing happening, so that the envelopes don't even get to you. But all that did not happen. To what witness B asked a direct question to the general to say, if it happens that the general knows about these envelopes and he knows that they are flying around and one of them is coming to his members, and then he also knows that there are people who are doing wrongdoing in terms of Zoom now, because he's already been disciplined. Now, witness B asked the general directly to say, what is being done by that? And then the general said there should be inquiry opened with the aim to register a project for investigation such wrongdoings. But he didn't say that had already taken place. He was telling us what was supposed to have been done, which would mean if witness B didn't ask, I don't think that was going to be mentioned either.
Thank you, Witness A.
May I, sir? Do you in paragraph 40, and you've already mentioned in your evidence the reference to Zungu, do you know if General Shibiri has done anything or taken steps relating to this Zungu police officer?
No, Commissioners, we did actually not do a follow-up on that. We don't know if anything was done to Zungu. Neither did we ever identify who this Zungu person is.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Witness A, just to go back to the reference to 3 envelopes by General Shibiri, was it your understanding that he was saying that he knew that there were 3 envelopes available if you were willing to accept it, or was he saying that he had the envelopes for you?
No, what I understood is that he was saying he knew that there is envelopes that were ready, which one of them was meant for the investigating officers. But I don't know if he had them with him, and I didn't understand it to say he was having them or he was having one envelope with him. I didn't understand it that way.
Okay. In paragraph 40, you dealt with Zungu, but your statement starts with another person. Can you read that and then just explain whether General Shibiri expanded on that issue?
He did not explain it. He just told us that he knows a lawyer that was standing for Mr. Tau. Then he mentioned by name that is Mr. Victor Marshall, who has since been struck off the roll.
Now,
And then he didn't give any references to why he's mentioning him or what was the reason he mentions him. but he just told us that he knows the lawyer that was standing for Tau, which was true because we had already been in court a few times with Tau, and then we knew whose lawyer was.
Okay, and then in paragraph 41, you've already dealt with what witness B's attitude was towards General Shiri, mentioning wrongdoings by officers where there seem to have been no consequences. But you deal with another issue that she had raised. Can you deal with that in paragraph 40, the second part of that paragraph?
That will be now the issue of Zoom or paragraph 41, Commissioner, if I may ask.
Paragraph 41, where witness B had made a request to General Shiri after she had asked about what steps had been taken against officers that have been accused of wrongdoing.
Oh yes, it means when we spoke, then after having asked, witness B having asked General Shiri what he will do about what he has just told us, we went on with talking with General Shiri, and then he advised us that we get protection in terms of assistance, actually, in terms of seeing if the cars that we're using are not followed or fitted with unauthorized trackers, and also to have them checked for that I've just said. And then witness B asked General Shiri if it would be possible to request that the ballistic section speed up the ballistics analysis of the firearms, to which General Shiri agreed. And then he took the phone and then he made a call to a person that he referred to as Brigadier Mlauzi at Ballistics Pretoria and requested that the ballistics be fast-tracked.
Can I just follow up on that? Was there an issue with the ballistics at that stage? Why would there be a request for it to be expedited?
At this time there was no delay, but we just knew that usually your ballistics will be what delays the investigation in our experience. You will do all your investigation, then you complete it, then it will be the ballistics that is holding back the investigation. So we just was requesting for an assistance from that front.
And you have dealt with it, but if I could just ask you to then read paragraph 43 and 44 into the record.
Before you do that, let me take you back to paragraph 40. Did your investigations ever reveal that Zungu was working with the suspects?
No, it did not reveal it because we actually did not conduct that investigation, because it would need a complete parallel investigation. And at that given time, we had a lot on our hands. We actually were focused with dealing with the case of murder and linking the other suspect who had, that we had already identified as the hit organizer, which is Kadison Leaf. So we didn't really undertake to do that investigation, commissioners.
And did General Shiri ever mention the subject to you again?
Of Officer Zungu in
Of
particular?
Zungu.
No, he didn't.
Witness A, let me also take you back. Paragraph 39, where you mentioned that General Shiri said that people linked to the arrested suspects have money and are connected to a very dangerous person called Mswazi. And you say in brackets that you are aware that Mswazi died in January 2024. Perhaps tell us more about Mswazi so that we don't make assumptions. We don't accept on the face of it that he was a very dangerous person. Who is Mswazi and how does he fit in or would even come up in this conversation between you and General Shiri?
At this time, Mswazi was a person that was widely known as a taxi owner, and he was a ruthless someone in terms of killings. We know him to that extent, and then we would later learn that the people that we're dealing with were directly connected to him or to the group that was going to be later referred as the cartel or the Big Five. So I'm thinking now that the general was just giving us the heads up to say you are dealing with something very massive, even though we didn't understand at that time. We just thought, oh, this is Mswazi that is known for doing this, so we must take care. Only to learn later that these people were directly connected to Mswati through Kadiso Mulife. Then now it made sense what the general was saying to us at that time.
You understood him to include Warrant Officer Tahu as people connected to this Mswazi that you describe?
Yes, but Warrant Officer Tahu will be connected through Kadiso, not directly to Mswati.
Thank you. Thank you.
As I understood it, Commissioners.
I see that it's 1 o'clock. Let's adjourn and resume at 2 p.m.